trying to stay loose in the dugout there. Fires in and misses outside against Stoffel. Chase missed the first 2 games of the season, dealing with the illness that seems to be going around everywhere, the flu bug. But he came back in a tear as he swings through a breaking ball for strike 3. Started out nicely. Went 5 for 18 in his first 2 games, but he has been struggling a bit. Now 0 for 6 in his last 2 and his first at-bat of the day here today. He gets the first strikeout for Bourgine. 1 away with a man on at first, and it'll be the DH, still the DH, Trevor Muir standing in. Muir takes a pitch high and away for ball 1 from the lefty. Muir comes into the matchup batting .357 for the junior. Has had a hit in 4 of 5 games played so far. Gets underneath one here, high in the air, shallow left field, going out to shortstop, and it will be Baptiste that gets underneath it. 2 away quickly now for Bourgine. After putting Jet Black on with a hit by pitch, he's fought his way back to get 2 straight outs. And now it'll be Luke Van Norman, the 9-hitter, that steps in with 2 away and 1 on. It looks like we are live and streaming now online, as Van Norman, the left-hander, will face the lefty. 2 lefties in the lineup for Roseburg. Spencer 6 bats left-handed, and so does Luke Van Norman. Van Norman will take a strike. Luke Van Norman's had a nice start to his season. Just a junior getting his first full-time action at the varsity level as the foul tips are actually swing and a miss for strike 2. Van Norman batting .364 to start out the season. Has just 1 RBI. He's going to try and keep this second inning going for Roseburg. Runner takes off from first. Underneath it for Van Norman. High in the air out towards right field. Looks playable for Kluk. Long run, but he'll get underneath it. And that'll wrap up things in the bottom of the second. Roseburg without a run in the second. They go down after the leadoff man gets hit by a pitch. They cannot cash in. For Roseburg in the bottom of the second, no runs on no hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. Through 2 innings of play, it's still scoreless. Roseburg and North Medford on CBS Sports Radio 1490, The Score. Back here for the top of the third inning, Roseburg baseball coming at you here on 1490 The Score, brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Cooling, your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Call them today at 672-6707. Scoreless game here in the top of the third. Zach Mandera will face Devin Grafton as the 9-1-2 hitters due up for North Medford. First pitch from Mandera is a called strike. Zach into his third inning of work, 27 pitches. 1 hit allowed so far. That one will be hit number 2. Sharp ball lined into right field for Grafton. Doran Gillespie there to get it. And that'll be a leadoff single for North Medford, their second hit of the ball game after a single back in the first inning by Baptiste. 1 on, nobody out. That was a laser into right field, by the way. but right at Doran Gillespie. So
Number 4, Cody
easily played, but it drops just right in front of him. Back to the top of the lineup, the pitcher. Cody Bourgine will stand in, left-handed batter, as he is a thrower. Squares to bunt, he'll put it down. Play for Mandera is the first. He throws it, and it goes off the glove for Stoffel. He'll chase it down in foul territory. That's going to be an error on the pitcher on the sac bunt to allow the runner on base. And suddenly there's men at first and second with nobody out here in the top of the third for North Medford as they have one of their best scoring opportunities.
Next batter, number 2.
So an error on the throw by Mandera. Bourgine, the lefty, out of the box quickly there. Bourgine at first, Grafton at second, and Sandoval at the plate. Baptiste was looking to lay down a late slap bunt, and he fouls it off instead for strike one. Josh Baptiste had a single in the first. Batting here with nobody out and 2 on is a visit out to the mound for Spencer 6. That's Devin Grafton, the first baseman, that's out at second here. Owen Grafton, the left fielder, getting DH'd for. They're both juniors, so I'm wondering if they're twins. I didn't remember to ask before the game got started. Just a reminder, we do now have the video stream up and running for you at 541radio.com. So if you'd like to watch the game, you are more than welcome to fire that up. It looks like it's working. Hopefully it will continue to do so. A bunt is laid down. The throw goes to second from Mandera. They get the runner there. So it'll be a fielder's choice for Baptiste on for a second time in the ballgame. Out at second is Bourgine for the first out. But up to third goes Devin Grafton. But this does keep the double play opportunity. Keeps the double play opportunity for Roseburg up the middle now. To get him out of this third inning without giving up any runs. One away, first and third. Batting is the three-man Ryan Sandoval, who takes low for ball one. 0-0 ball game, top of the third inning. Best scoring opportunity for either side. Neither team had had a runner past second prior to this inning. One-0 delivery coming up for Mandera. In the dirt, almost got him to go. Throw down to second base. Hang on to the baseball. Johnson makes the tag for the out. Baptiste saw the pitch in the dirt, tried to take second. He gets caught stealing. A beautiful throw from Spencer 6 out to Caden Johnson for the second out. 2 down. Got a man at third. It's a 2-0 count. At third base is Devin Grafton. Zach Mandera, one pitch away from possibly getting himself out of this third inning. The 2-0. That ball in the air, but out of play. Two balls and one strike. Swing and a miss and a pitch. No. Yeah, swing and a miss, a pitch in the dirt. I thought it was going to be strike 3. It was actually just strike 2. Apologies. Now, Mandera very close to getting out of a little bit of danger here in the third. The 2-2, high for ball 3. First and second are open, so Wonk here doesn't necessarily do a whole lot of damage. Would bring up the cleanup hitter, Brady Buchanan. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. It's in the dirt. 6 up with it. He'll throw down to Jay Stoffel, and that'll wrap up the top of the third. Zach Mandera battles his way back and gets himself out of it. Some nice defense there behind the plate by Spencer 6 as well. And Roseburg keeps it scoreless. In the top of the third inning. No runs on one hit, one Roseburg error, but they do not give up a run. One man left on base. We head to the bottom of the third. Still scoreless. Roseburg coming up to bat after this on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score. Lefty versus lefty matchup to start things off here in the bottom of the third inning. Spencer 6 at the plate against Cody Bourgine. Pitch high and inside, ducking out of the way. That one almost knocking the helmet off for Spencer 6. He'll adjust his helmet as he steps back in. A 2-0 count, 0-0 ball game. Roseburg defensively working out of a bit of a jam in the top of the third. Keep things scoreless against North Medford. 2-0 pitch here from Bourgine is high for a 3-0 count. 6, Johnson, and it'll be Jones due up as Jonathan Stone has come out of the game after the knee injury. We'll wait to find out how serious it might be. A 3-0 pitch taken for a strike by 6. Jones comes in and takes over at third as Stoffel went over to first to fill in for Jonathan Stone. Swing and a foul tip into the glove for strike 2 against 6. He's got a full count. Haven't checked into the dugout. I know Julie Deaver was coming over to check on him. And they are working on Jonathan Stone in that dugout at the moment. Full count pitch outside for ball 4. Second walk of the game issued by Bourgine. It's a leadoff walk to 6. As Roseburg, for a third straight inning, gets a man on base, but they haven't had anybody past second so far in the contest. One on, nobody out. Caden Johnson will stand in next. See if Roseburg looks to go small ball with a sacrifice bunt. They do have the crutches out down there. Stone sitting up against Julie looking at him, but man, I feel bad for that kid. Good kid, works hard, talented athlete. Had a huge year during his junior season for Roseburg in baseball. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work out. They go with a defensive coverage here for North Medford. Not showing at the plate is Caden Johnson as the chess game gets started here between Coach Wolf and Coach Thompson. Coach Thompson, I think I said. Johnson there. It is Caden Johnson at the plate right now. We'll see if he shows a bunt here. He does now. Different defensive effort for North as the ball is fouled back to the netting for strike 1. North sent the first baseman crashing in before the last pitch. On the mound, Bourgine just stepped off at that point. Squaring to bunt and a throw over to first. Back in safely will go 6. Caden Johnson at the plate. He is 1 for 1 and squaring to bunt he'll take for ball 1. Caden 1 for 1 in the ball game. Had a line drive shot get into shallow center field in his first at bat. Squares to bunt again with the 1-1 pitch coming. Takes outside, pulls back at the last second, lets it go by, moves it to a 2-1 count. Nobody out with a man on at first. Now they send the second baseman crashing in, not showing a bunt, swing and a miss from Johnson. Boy, if he had gotten a hold of that one, look out for that second baseman. That is Huffman that was only maybe 10 feet from home. Is a big swing and miss from Caden Johnson, I swear I'm doing my best to remember that one. Caden, 2-2 pitch, gets underneath this one, high in the air, out behind shortstop. And calling for it, Baptiste will make the play for the first out. One away, still at first base, Spencer 6.
Next batter, number 3, Troy Jones.
Troy Jones will get his first at-bat of the ball game. Jones coming in for Jonathan Stone. First pitch for Jones is high for ball 1. Troy Jones batting .200. He's played in 5 games this year for Roseburg. Looking to try and bring the batting average up and find a little bit more success at the plate. He'll take for a strike. Makes it a 1-1 count. Swing and a miss for strike two. And Jones, will find himself with a 1-2 count, one away. Gets it off the end of the bat, fouls it off. One ball, two strikes with one away and a man at first. Troy Jones takes a pitch in the dirt. That one got away. A late break to second base for six. The throw's high. Backed up by Baptiste. Keeps it on the infield. Six will get into second base. Wild pitch. Moving him up 90 feet. And a 2-2 count now for Jones. An opportunity, hopefully, to try and bring in the first run of the game for Roseburg. Gets underneath it. Shallow left center. It'll be the center fielder, Sandoval, that calls off Owen Grafton in left. Makes the catch, two away.
Next batter, number 13, Zach Mandera.
So you've got two down. Still at second base, Spencer Six. And up to bat will be Zach Mandera. And Mandera's going to take an intentional walk.
Now batting number 11, Doran Gillespie.
Makes the easy trip down to first. Don't have to throw the pitches anymore, so Zach will head to first. You got to force out at any bag on the infield. They'll get a courtesy runner for the pitcher. And coming in to run for him is going to be Garrett Zymet. So Zymet will take over at first. And Doran Gillespie will stand at the plate. An opportunity for Roseburg here with two outs, though. First pitch misses just off the edge for ball one. Gillespie reached on a fielder's choice in the first, but it was also the final out. So he got the first, but that was about all there was. 1-0 delivery coming up to him. Takes high and away for ball two. Gillespie starting out the day batting .200. Has one double on the year. That came in the first game of the season. A 2-0 pitch for him. Borgine, almost wears it there. Gillespie just out of the way, missing inside. Borgine, a 3-0 count now against Doran Gillespie. A scoreless ball game. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Thanks everybody for tuning in for Roseburg baseball here today. The 3-0 pitch outside for ball four. 4-pitch walk issued after the intentional walk. 3 walks here in the third for Borgine. Loads the bases. And a visit out to the mound for Brett Wolf, head coach for the North Medford Black Tornado. Wolf heads out there to the mound to have a conversation with Borgine as well as the catcher, Passy. While we have a break in the action, let you know tonight's game has been brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Contact their travel experts for your travel plans, now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue. Give them a call at 672-5701. Weather conditions holding up, actually turning into for what we expected, not a terrible afternoon. We were up around 60 degrees when we got started, 61 right now, just a little below the expected high of 62. According to my phone, no rain in the forecast until 5 o'clock tonight. We should be done with these games by then. Here in the bottom of the third of game one of a doubleheader. Roseburg threatening, bases loaded with 2 away in the bottom of the third. Batting is Jet Black. Jet gets underneath one out to left field. Going back is Grafton. This one over his head, hits on the warning track. This is going to bring in a few for Roseburg. 2 runs in already. A third, Gillespie going for third base. Jet in safely. Jet Black drives in 3 with a first pitch triple to left field. And Roseburg takes a 3-0 lead here in the third, cashing in with 2 outs in the bottom of the third inning. What a base knock there for Jet Black, clearing the bases. He hit that in the air out to Owen Grafton. These clouds can make it difficult to track the baseball, but Grafton was not close to that one as it hits off the warning track. A triple for Black, and Roseburg's on top 3-0 as Jay Stoffel will stand in with a man at third and 2 away. Takes the first pitch for a called strike 1 on the inside corner. Pitch misses low to make it a 1-1 count now for Stoffel, who struck out swinging in his first at-bat. One pitch fouled away by Jace. Now the first baseman. Big smack there for Jet Black. Came in batting 150, so that's nice for him. He does add 3 more RBI to his total. He's got 8. That's now second most on the team. 1-2 pitch for Jace, who does lead the team in RBI. They'll take outside for a 2-2 count. Scoring was Spencer 6. Garrett Zymet running for Zach Mandera. And then also Doran Gillespie scoring all the way from first. Swinging off the end of the bat for a foul tip. Stays alive at the plate for Jace Stoffel. Jace this season did have a home run on the spring break trip. He's got 2 doubles and a homer, 3 extra base hits this year. Looking for a base knock here to bring in Jet Black from third. The 2-2. Did he go around? Yes, he did. Second strikeout of the game for Stoffel. But Roseburg cashes in here in the bottom of the third. For Roseburg, 3 runs on 1 hit. There were no North Medford errors. 3 walks. They cash in here in the third inning, getting those runs across. 3-0 our scores. We head to the top of the 4th inning. Roseburg in front over North Medford here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brooke Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brooke Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brooke Communications.
Top of the 4th inning, Roseburg baseball brought to you by Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages. Speaking of which, the Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages Jim Robinson Twilight Invitational going on over at Roseburg High School. 17 teams, schools represented there at Roseburg High, hosted by the Indians. Should be a fun day, all-day event going on there at Roseburg High. 3-0 our scores. We start the 4th inning. North Medford, a strike call against the leadoff man, Brady Buchanan. Buchanan, the left-handed batter, takes high and away for ball 1. Buchanan 0 for 1 in the ball game. Leads things off here in the 4th. North has threatened a couple times, but Zach worked out of some trouble last half inning. Gets a fly ball out to center field. Jet Black will chase it down. Jet makes the catch to retire the first batter for North Medford. 1 away. Roseburg trying to start out the day with their first conference win to get above 500 for the first time on the year as well. Ryan Kluk will bat. Kluk hitting with nobody on and 1 away. 1-0 taken for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike against Kluk. Kluk is 0 for 1. He'll take another strike. Kluk reached on an error his first time up back in the 2nd inning. Grounds one towards third. Jones throw on the run, won't be there in time. A swinging dribbler down the line for Kluk. He'll get on for a 2nd time. This time he'll get a base hit out of it. Wasn't hard hit, but it was just in the right spot down that third base line. Troy Jones came charging in, made a great play on it, but by the time he got to it, it was a little late. Also, tough throw across the diamond to get the runner. And so Kluk gets on with the 1-out single. Swing and a miss on the first pitch for Jeremiah Huffman. Huffman 0 for 1, batting with 1 out and 1 on. The 0-1 pitch for Mandera. Swing and a foul tip this time into the glove for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes with a man on at first and 1 away. The 0-2 delivery. Swung, and that one fouled up and out of play going over the grandstands on the right side. Actually, didn't quite clear the grandstands, and it'll trickle down the steps, making noise the entire way. Good crowd over there in those grandstands. The crowd filling in nicely on a bit of a dreary day here in Roseburg. Mentioned temperature just in the low 60s, avoiding the precipitation at the moment here. Pitch in the dirt, can't get him to chase. So Huffman will have a 1 ball, 2 strike count against him. Looking for the double play ball. Roseburg's been close on a couple of double plays. Those have come from right field, though. North Medford sending runners going from first and the batter flying out to Gillespie in right field. He's almost been able to double off a guy at first, but hasn't been able to get it yet. That ball in the air, right side, coming in. Gillespie won't get there in time. That ball drops into foul territory. Zach Mandera, I have him at about 49 pitches on the day right now. His total's been staying low, means he's got a chance to go deep into this ball game. Looking to pick up his 2nd win of the season. Took a loss in the season opener for Roseburg. That ball handcuffed him, fouled back to the netting, up and over the backstop. Huffman stays alive. He's battling there against Roseburg as a visit out to the mound now for Spencer 6. 1 on, 1 away, 1-2 count for the hitter. Roseburg baseball brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. We got baseball going on today at the college level. Both Oregon and Oregon State have moved games from Sunday to today for double headers. So the Oregon State Beavers are playing right now. Oregon will be starting their doubleheader a little bit later, about 2:30 this afternoon. Try and keep you updated on some other baseball scores going on. Swing and that ball in the air for Huffman. Shallow left field, calling for it. It'll be the left fielder, and underneath it, Littlefield makes the play. He called off Johnson at the last second to get to that one. They were both right in the vicinity, but that's definitely a left fielder's ball to be made. Right play there for Mason Littlefield, who makes his return to the field. I've been waiting to talk about this one. Mason Littlefield makes his return to action for Roseburg here today. First start of the season for him. Suffered a shoulder injury during the offseason, and there were some questions on when and if he'd be able to return, but I think makes an earlier return than expected, and that's good news for Roseburg, adding to their depth, especially something they're going to be able to need now with Jonathan Stone looking like he could possibly be on the shelf for a little while, if not a long while. First pitch misses to Jet Carpenter. 2 down with a man at first. Mandera's pitch is outside, throw down to first. Couldn't quite get it there in time for Spencer 6. Big lead out at first base by Kluk. He gets back safely. I don't see those crutches in the dugout anymore. I'm going to guess. My guess is Jonathan Stone may have headed to the doctor to get it looked at. Pitch in for a called strike. 2 balls and 1 strike now for Jet Carpenter. 0 for 1 on the day for the DH. Looking to wrap things up in the top of the 4th. Bandera misses just low for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 away, 1 on. Top of the 4th inning, 3-0 score. Roseburg in front. Bandera will try to finish it off here. Working out of the stretch with a man at first. He checks before coming set. Kicks and delivers. Breaking ball. He had Carpenter wiggling in the box. He gets the bat on the ball, sends it right to Jet Black in center field for the final out. Carpenter, he didn't know what he wanted to do with that pitch. The breaking ball took a little while to get there, and he had plenty of time to think about it. Swings at a high one that probably was ball 4 and flies out. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base in the top of the 4th inning for North Medford. They cannot score, and we'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Roseburg leading by 3 on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great. Participate!
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Coming back for the bottom of the 4th, Roseburg leading 3-0 against North Medford.
Starting off the bottom of the 4th inning now.
And leading things off for the Indians will be Muir, Van Norman, and 6. Roseburg baseball here on the Score, brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years, and by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Muir swings through the first pitch for strike 1. Trevor on the day, 0 for 1 with a pop out to short. Takes low and outside for ball 1. 1-1 count. Delivery from Borgine, who's out there for his 4th inning of work, misses inside for ball 2. Borgine, he has thrown 3 innings of work. This is 2-1, called for a strike at the knees. Borgini's gets a foul ball on the 2-2 pitch. Stays a 2-2 count for Muir. He's thrown 3 innings so far. He's given up just 2 hits, but he's given up 3 runs. One of those hits, a 3-run triple by Jet Black. The 2-2, reaching for it. Muir fouls it right side. It will get out of play. Stays a 2-2 count. The 2-2 pitch again from Borgine. Got him looking. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. 3rd strikeout of the day for Cody Borgine, the sophomore.
Next batter, number 12.
He's been hanging in there. I mean, only 2 hits so far he's given up. Zach Bandera's given up 3 hits, but it's worked more in Roseburg's favor so far in this one. Underneath the first pitch, Van Norman puts it high in the air out to right field. This is going to be playable for Kluk. And And Kluk will make the play after just one pitch to Luke Van Norman, who will drop to 0-2 on the day. 2 away. Bottom of the fourth inning. And up to bat will be the top of the order. Spencer 6. The catcher is 0 for 1 on the day. Drew a walk and scored on the triple by Jet Black. He takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Outside edge this time, lefty to lefty matchup, called for a strike against 6. Nobody on, 2 away. Bottom of the fourth, Roseburg leading 3-0. In the dirt, sweeping at it behind the plate. Passy able to glove it as he just wildly swiped at that one. Nobody on base, so he was able to get away with it. Not necessarily what you'd like to see. Got jammed a bit. This one has a chance to drop, though. Shallow center field. It will fall in, and Spencer 6 will pick up his first hit of the day. Texas leaguer by every sense of the definition. Spencer 6 finds his way on. He got jammed, but fought it off, got it up the handle far enough to get enough of the baseball into center field. Drop between 3 players. The shortstop, Baptiste, Grafton, the left fielder, and Sandoval, the center fielder. None of them able to get there in time. 2 away and 1 on base. And up next, Caden Johnson, who takes low for ball 1. I believe there had been some action in the bullpen for North Medford, but no change as of yet. It's pitch outside for ball 2. Missing again. The count will go to 3-0 for Johnson. 3-0 pitch, Borgine can't find the strike zone, and he walks another batter. Borgine has issued a number of walks in the ball game so far. In fact, looking at the numbers here, for Borgine, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts. He's allowed 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 3 hits. He's up to 75 pitches. Time called for the catcher to go out and talk with the pitcher, and that allows the batter, Troy Jones, to run down to first and talk with assistant coach Tim Sester real quick.
Troy Jones.
Jones comes in and hitting in the spot held by Jonathan Stone, who went out with the knee injury at first base. First pitch to Jones is low and outside for ball 1. Jones is 0-1 on the day, flew out to center field his first time up. 1-0 pitch from Borgine, high and inside, and the sophomore seems to be struggling with the accuracy here as they've got double barrel going on down in the bullpen right now. As a visit now, everybody's going to head to the mound. Got 2 guys up and warming up out there, not even actually throwing baseballs. They've got baseballs with towels attached to the ends of them, and they are warming up by going through the motion. You've got a lefty and a righty out there throwing as they visit on the mound here for North Medford. I believe that is Tyler Dunleavy, one of the lefty that's warming up. Trying to get a number on the righty that's out there throwing. But he is not going through his motion. There we go. That is Jet Carpenter, the DH right now. He's out there throwing as well. Lengthy visit on the mound here, and the umpire is going to head out there to start to break things up here soon. Roseburg Baseball brought to you by Mart. Score big at Mart, where you can get ready for your season for less. I think I saw this correctly. Oregon State Baseball winning 4-0 right now in their game against Utah. Game 1 of a doubleheader for the Beavers. And we'll see if we can get, I wanted to see if I could get the live stream of the stats on. There we go, live stats. There we go. After the visit to the mound, it's a 2-0 count here for Troy Jones. And a swing and a miss out of Jones for strike one. I think he was expecting a pretty good pitch on that one after the visit to the mound. Jones swings right through it. 2 on, 2 out. Bottom of the fourth. Jones takes high for ball 3. And the throw goes into center field. Could have been a chance for the runner to advance there, but they do not take advantage. Make it 5-0. Oregon State leading Utah in the bottom of the third of that game. 3-1 pitch here in the bottom of the fourth of our game. It's outside for ball 4. And drawing a walk is Troy Jones. That's back-to-back walks issued. 6 walks in the game total now for Cody Bourgine, a sophomore, his first taste of Southwest Conference action. That'll probably do it for him. Out to the mound is going to go Coach Brett Wolf, which means we'll likely have our first call to the pen today. Calls to the pen brought to you by Shelby and Migulena Construction, your local leaders for any project big or small. 30 years of quality, affordable work. Call Shelby and Migulena or visit their website, webuildhouses.com. Coming up to bat next for Roseburg is going to be Zach Mandera hitting with the bases loaded and 2 away. We'll wait to make sure that the pitching change is official, and there they go. They make the call to the pen here in the bottom of the fourth. Bases loaded with 2 down. Roseburg leading 3-0. We'll come back after this pitching change on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
It'll be Jet Carpenter taking over on the mound for Cody Bourgine. While we wait for his warm-up pitches to wrap up, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
So the DH comes in for the pitcher, but did the pitcher stay in the game? Center field?
The Roseburg Indians leading 3-0 as we're here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Jet Carpenter takes over on the mound. The DH comes out of the game, but Cody Bourgine was not getting DH'd for, so the pitcher stays in the game. I believe that looks like an 8 out there in left field still. They would not, I can't imagine they would have taken out Ryan Sandoval. But I don't see where he might have gone. So we'll try to figure out all of your position changes here with the new man on the mound, Jet Carpenter. First pitch to Zach Mandera is low and outside. DH enters the game. The 1-0 inside for a 2-0 count against Zach Mandera, batting with the bases loaded, 2 down and 3 away. Carpenter, a right-handed pitcher, Misses inside again for a 3-0 count. Nowhere to put him. So a walk here would bring in another run for Roseburg, already up 3-0. Carpenter set, the big righty. 3-0 pitch, got to get it in there, and he will for strike one. Three balls and a strike for Carpenter. Swing and a miss out of Mandera. And that'll take the count to full count. Three-two pitch coming up here for Zach. Runners all going. That pitch in the air. Foul territory down the first base side and out of play. Out in right field. Infield all the same. Catcher the same. Borgine goes into center field. Still have Kluk in right field. So the only place that Ryan Sandoval could have gone was to left field. 3-2 pitch. Mandera swings. He's not happy with it. It's high in the air. Shallow center field. The shortstop calling for it. And falling down as he makes the grab. Baptiste will finish things off. And so that'll wrap things up here in the bottom of the fourth. Roseburg threatens, but they cannot cash in. And so Roseburg leaves the bases loaded, but they do drive the starter out of the game for North Medford. We'll go ahead and take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the top of the fifth for you. Roseburg leading 3-0 on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on three factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Top of the fifth inning. Roseburg baseball brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Coming up in between games, we'll get you caught up with everything with our Roseburg Disposal post-game show and get you ready for the second game of the day, so stay tuned for that. I believe Owen Grafton does come out of the game as Carpenter comes in for the pitcher's position, the DH coming in. Sandoval, I believe, went to left field from center, and Borgine took over in center. So I think that is how the defensive changes went. So Zach Mandera flew out to end the bottom of the fourth. He'll take over on the mound here in the top of the fifth, trying to keep this 3-0 lead intact, and he'll do so on the first pitch to Tavin Passy, who puts one high in the air and flies out to shortstop. Caden Johnson underneath it.
Next batter, number 10, Devin Grafton.
First out made here in the top of the fifth inning. Roseburg leading 3-0. Breaking ball in for a called strike one. Devin Grafton at the plate, the 9-hitter. Takes low for ball one. So Roseburg leads the bases loaded in the bottom of the fourth. A single and two walks loading the bases there. 1-1, check swing tried to pull it back, could not. Swing and a miss for strike two for Grafton. The Roseburg coaches sending out a very hearty welcome to everybody from the Roseburg area. That usually comes from JV head coach Justin O'Byrne. He always tells me to say hello to the good folks of Roseburg, so I'll do so for him. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. It's another more well-drilling strikeout for Zach Mandera. Make that number 4, well, actually make it number 5 on the day for Zach. 2 down. And a big punch out for Mandera. Nobody on base. Back to the top of the lineup here for North Medford. They trail 3-0. Roseburg trying to go to 1-0 in conference play. It's Cody Bourgine, the lefty. Started to square for a bunt, but takes it back on a breaking ball outside. Bourgine 0 for 2 in the day, reached on an error by Zach Mandera in the third as he squares again but pulls back, only showing just briefly on a bunt attempt for the left-handed batter. Trying to get himself out of the box quickly here on a bunt. 2-0 pitch, no bunt shown this time, and a fastball catches the outside corner at the knees for strike 1. 2-ball, 1-strike count against the leadoff man, Bourgine. He puts it high in the air out towards left field. Should be playable out there for Littlefield, who's underneath it. A 1-2-3 frame for Zach Mandera, who is rolling through 5 innings on the mound, and his team backing him up with a 3-0 lead. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Roseburg on top for North Medford. And the top of the 5th inning, they'll go no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Back after this 60-second break. Bottom of the 5th coming up for Roseburg on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Roseburg leading 3-0. Joey Kieran here with you from Legion Field on what is a somewhat surprisingly dry day. We'll take a look at your Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update here during this half inning. On the mound, Jet Carpenter still throwing for North Medford after coming on in relief. He did get the final out of the 4th inning with the bases loaded and 2 away. He fires a first pitch strike against Doran Gillespie. Gillespie 0 for 1 in the ball game. Walked his last time up and scored a run. Puts it in the air out towards right field. Going back is Klug, twisting around. He'll turn and square it up to make the catch in right field. Retiring the first batter for Roseburg. 1 out, and Jet Black will step in next. Well struck ball there by Gillespie. Hung up in the air just a bit too much. And to pretty routine right field on that ball. Not the most difficult play to be made out there for the right fielder, Ryan Klug. Jet had the 3-run triple his last time up. He'll take the first pitch in the dirt for ball 1. The junior, Jet Black, raising his average just a bit, was batting 150 coming into the ball game. He's been hit by a pitch and has a triple, so nice day at the plate for him as he takes a strike. One away with nobody on. Carpenter settling in, it seems. His 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball outside for Jet. Went chasing after that one. Look at the final numbers on Cody Bourgine, who's now in center field. pitching into the fourth, but couldn't finish it. Jet gets underneath one. Well struck out towards right center. This might have a chance to get down. It's going to carry into the warning track again. Extra bases. He'll held at second base, and Jet with a triple and a double now in tonight's ball game. Game one of a doubleheader, and Jet, he is coming out firing in this one. He's been hit by a pitch, a triple, and a double, and with one out, Roseburg, a man in scoring position. Finds the alleyway in right center between Kluk and Bourgine. That one hitting just short of the warning track and then carrying into the Red Rock gravel out there in front of the fence. Finds one of the deepest parts of the park here at Legion Field. Up to bat for Roseburg, Jay Stoffel looking to try and get on the board with his first hit. He takes for ball one. Jace with a pair of strikeouts so far, 0 for 2 on the day. Carpenter set, looks to second, nobody holding on the runner. Now the second baseman will, and stepping back that direction, Carpenter doesn't throw. So let's see here. Bourgine ended up throwing 3 2/3. Gave up just 3 hits. Really not a bad day there, but he did walk too many, I would say. 1-0 pitch for Jace, taken on the corner for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike against Roseburg's now first baseman. It's going to be interesting to see what they do defensively for the second game, as Jace likely to start in game 2. Who do they put at first base with Jonathan Stone down with an injury? The 1-1, Stoffel, a breaking ball. He thought about it, but does not go after it. That's to his own demise. He takes strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. Jace chasing a fastball high. Got around on it just a bit. Fouls it out of play, out of the stadium on that one. Jet Black out at second base after his 1-out double to right center field. A ball and 2 strikes for Stoffel. Carpenter checking second. Throw back to second base, and safely will go Jet. The jump spin move to throw back to second there for Carpenter. Dancing around with the lead was Jet Black, inducing that throw. A ball and 2 strikes. Reaching for it, a ground ball right side. Second baseman to his knees, and making the throw to first. Huffman will get the out. Up to third base goes Jet Black. Committing an out, Jay Stoffel, but at least he goes to the opposite side. It allows the runner to move up 90 feet. Now at third base, Jet Black 90 feet from home. 0 for 3 day for Stoffel at the moment, but that one at least a productive out. 2 down, and Trevor Muir, the DH, will bat. He's 0 for 2, and he fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. Going to the right side there. Huffman had to range quite a bit to get to it, especially he was the one holding Jet Black on, so he had to range quite a bit to get to it. And he went to his knees as he was kind of, his momentum carrying him a little bit too far over his cleats. Goes to his knees to get in front of it and square it up, keep the ball in front of him, and he's able to make the play. Pitch was in the dirt, a 1-1 count now for Trevor Muir. Looking for his first hit of the game. He takes high and away for ball 2. Walks really issue. Final line for Cody Bourgine. 3 2/3 innings work. Gave up just 3 hits, but he gives up 3 runs, all earned. 6 walks, 3 strikeouts. 2-1 for Muir. Goes after another high pitch, fouls it down the right side and out of play. Roseburg leading 3-0. Zach Mandarek staying loose, up and stretching his arm, talking with pitching coach Richie Charles. 2-2 delivery coming up here from Muir. Fastball, did not miss by much. Carpenter can't be happy with not getting that call. That one looked like it was right down the middle at the knees, but must have been just a tad low. 3-2 pitch with a man at third and 2 away. Muir pulls it third base side, backing up. Buchanan will make the play, throws across the diamond, and it skips away. And Muir will get on with an error, and scoring will be Jet Black. Roseburg will take a 4-0 lead on the error that could have ended the inning. So that'll be error on the third baseman, Brady Buchanan. Unearned run against Jet Carpenter. And it'll go to the 9-hitter, Luke Van Norman, who's flown out twice in the ballgame, the lefty. With 2 outs and now a man at first, 1 run in here in the 5th for Roseburg. They lead 4-0. Squaring to bunt, Van Norman puts it on a foul ball to the netting behind home. Van Norman's flown out to left and he's flown out to right. Came in. It's a pretty good batting average as he takes low for ball 1. 364 on the year for Van Norman coming into the game. 1 double, his only extra base hit. The 1-1 to the second baseman. Underneath this, in the air. Foul territory, out of play. And it'll go just over the top of Zach Mandera. Buchanan was giving chase to that one, but he cleared the fence and out of play. Mandera was there stretching in the area. Pitch high and away. Count goes to 2-2. Van Norman trying to keep things moving here in the 5th inning with 2 outs. Roseburg scoring 1 on an error. Looks like Jonathan Stone's back in the dugout with Roseburg. The 2-2 pitch, high for ball 3. He's checking that out down there. He is using crutches to walk around, but he'll get up off the bench and up to the gets up to the railing there in the new dugouts for Roseburg as they look to try and cut down the pitcher on the 3-2 pitch. In the air, out towards center field. Well struck on the run. Bourgine will make the grab. Having to range into the left field alley from center field, Bourgine tracks it down. Not a bad hit ball, but the 3rd pop out of the day for Van Norman. He's flown out to the left, right, and now center, and that'll finish things off here in the bottom of the 5th. But Roseburg adds 1 on an error by North Medford, their first of the game. The Indians on top 4-0 as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Late stages of Game 1 of our doubleheader here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Headed to the top of the 6th inning, Roseburg leading up 4-0. Zach Mandera still on the mound for the Indians. Today's game brought to you by TC Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop. Well, taking a look around the Southwest Conference as we get you your Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update. Don't have any scores to report yet, but today's schedule has North Medford here at Roseburg for the doubleheader. Sheldon's down at South Medford for a doubleheader, and postponed today, Grants Pass at South Eugene. As the first pitch of the 6th inning is a rope to left field off the bat of Josh Baptiste, who gets his 2nd hit of the day. Line drive shot between 3rd and short. He'll get on base to start things off for Roseburg. He reached on a single back in the first. He's been on base 3 times now. Was caught stealing his last time up. So Baptiste gets on to lead things off for North Medford here in the 6th. They trail 4-0. Mandera misses high and inside for ball 1. So Grants Pass and South Eugene, I would assume they're going to try to make up their doubleheader that they missed today on Monday. South Medford hosting Sheldon for a doubleheader. Their first game just getting started at 1 o'clock this afternoon. And, of course, Roseburg and North Medford playing 2 here at home today. 1-0 pitch from Mandera. Another hard-hit ball down that left side into left field. Littlefield comes up to get it. Back-to-back singles. That one for Ryan Sandoval this time. His first hit of the ball game. Sandoval sharply hits a hard ground ball through the left side of the infield. The runners at first and second with nobody out, and now a visit out to the mound for the Roseburg coaching staff. Coach Richie Charles heading out there for a quick conversation. Roseburg has not had any action in the bullpen that I've seen. So we'll keep an eye on that. Garrettson Building Supply, building relationships, building projects, building materials. That's Garrettson Building Supply, supporting our Douglas County community for over 90 years. Our scoreboard sponsors here in today's ball game. Taking a look at the scoreboard, no runs on 5 hits and 1 error for North Medford. Roseburg, 4 runs on 4 hits. The Indians have committed 2 errors in the ball game. Shutout going right now for Zach Mandera. But he's allowed the first 2 runners to get on base. Temperature feels like it is starting to drop as I see some of the ladies here in the press box throwing their jackets on, keeping the score and running the scoreboard. Fastball for a strike, low and away. Called strike 1 here for Brady Buchanan, the third baseman. Maybe looking for a little retribution after the error that allowed a run to come in there in the bottom of the 5th that would have ended the inning. He'll hit a line drive shot. It gets by Van Norman at second. That'll break the shutout. 1 run will come in. Jet gets it from center field, sends it back in. It'll be a single for Buchanan. He'll pick up an RBI. Scoring from second is Baptiste. First to third for Sandoval. And North Medford's on the board, trailing by 3, 4-1 the score. Runners on the corners with nobody out, and that's 3 well-struck balls by North Medford against Zach Mandera. That was a hard hit. 1 hop just got by Van Norman. He came charging in to try and make that play. Did you give him an error on that one, Carmen? Okay. Well, then that's going to change my scoring. It was right at him. That's not an easy ball to play. Bunt down the first base side, flip to first. They'll get the out there, but a run will score. RBI sac bunt for Ryan Kluk. And scoring will be Sandoval. So we're going to change that from an error or a base hit to an error for Buchanan. Buchanan is at second base. 2 runs in here in the 6th inning. 4-2 now the score. North Medford fighting their way back. 1 away. First pitch a strike now against the second baseman, Jeremiah Huffman, who's 0 for 2. The 0-1 pitch here for Mandera with the man at second. That one well hit out to left center. That's going to bring in another run. And North Medford's going to get 3 here in the top of the 6th as it's a double for Huffman. Scoring is Buchanan. An unearned run against Mandera there. But only 1 out and 3 hits here in the top of the 6th for North Medford. Has them back within a run. 4-3 is our score. Just 1 out. Zach has not been able to keep North Medford off the board. They have looked very sharp here in this sixth. Pitch outside against Jet Carpenter, now the pitcher. One-0 pitch with one away and a man at second. It's inside this time for a 2-0 count. Carpenter's 0 for 2, but a lot of guys breaking their hitless days here in this sixth. Mandera gets a strike across with a breaking ball. Baptiste picked up his second hit of the game with his leadoff single. Sandoval broke a hitless day with a single following that. Buchanan was still hitless. He reaches on an error. There's a ball fouled off by Carpenter. Count moves to 2-2. And then Huffman was 0 for 2 in the game. He gets a double with an RBI, his first hit of the ball game. So racking up some hits here in the sixth inning for North Medford, now up to 6 total. Pitch high and away. Count will go full. The 3-2 pitch, breaking ball inside, almost got him, but instead it'll just be a walk. And North Medford threatening here. They're only down by 1. Game tying run out at second base. The go-ahead run now at first. 1 away. Roseburg needs a double play. Pitcher's going to get a courtesy runner. Coming in to run is going to be Nolan Morris. So Morris will take over at first, the JV player up for the varsity. Courtesy runner there. First pitch, swinging. Oh, overran it at third. Jones had a chance to make that play, but he overran it, the ball back towards the infield. So it'll just be a foul ball for strike one against Tavin Passy. Oh, 1 count. Needing something on the ground here to try and move some runners around. Score update from Sheldon and South Medford. Sheldon leading 1-0 in the bottom of the fourth of that game. Strike called against Passy. The catcher has got an 0-2 count. The left-handed batter. The 0-2 pitch for Mandera. Line drive shot goes to the shortstop. Double play. Gets him out of it. Johnson to Van Norman doubles off the runner at second. Huffman was going on the hit, and he could not get back in time. That'll finish it off. Roseburg hangs on to their lead, but they're only up by 1 now. 4-3 the score as we go to the bottom of the sixth, but a big double play to finish things here in the top of the sixth inning. For North Medford, they scored 3 runs here in the sixth. We go to the bottom half of the inning on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Bottom of the sixth inning. Roseburg still ahead 4-3. As North Medford, they fought their way back, 3 runs on 3 hits and 1 error in that top of the 6th inning. Roseburg will look to try and recover some of those runs here in the bottom of the 6th. Roseburg still just 3 outs defensively away from getting a win here against North Medford in the opener. Out on the mound, Jet Carpenter still throwing for North Medford. They will check down to first on the opening pitch of the at-bat to Spencer Six. He did not go around on a check swing in the dirt. Ball 1. Carpenter out of his windup. Misses outside to the lefty Spencer Six. And it's a 2-0 count for the catcher. Number 6 ranked Oregon State leading 7-0 against Utah in the bottom of the 5th of Game 1 of that doubleheader. 2-0 pitch. Strike on the outside corner for Spencer, and the count goes to 2-1. Scoring in today's ball game, Roseburg took the lead in the bottom of the 3rd with 3 runs, added a run in the bottom of the 5th, led 4-0. North Medford 3 in the top of the 6th to get it back to a 1-run game. A blooper will drop out in left field for Spencer. Six gets his 2nd Texas Leaguer of the day. He had one back in the 4th inning to get him on base. Was left stranded at 3rd that inning, but he's had a couple of bloops that just finds some open grass out there, gets himself on. Last time he got kind of handcuffed
Next batter, number 8, Caden Johnson.
and fought it off into shallow center field. This time got way underneath it, and it just bloops out into shallow left field close to the foul line. So Six gets on with a leadoff single for Roseburg here in the 6th. Squaring to bunt, lays it down. Johnson will be out at first on the sacrifice bunt as Six moves up to 2nd. Thought maybe for a moment that Carpenter might look to 2nd. It seemed as if that ball got back to the pitcher defensively pretty quickly, but he didn't even give a look to second base. Spencer Six gets in safely. 1 away. Man in scoring position for Roseburg as they use the small ball to try and bring some runners around. First pitch swinging here for Troy Jones. Fouls it away. Jones again, if you missed earlier, Jones comes in defensively after Jonathan Stone injured his knee at first base, had to come out of the game. Jones goes to 3rd and Stoff will move to 1st, but he takes over in Stone's batting spot in the 3rd spot in the lineup. Jones will take a breaking ball for strike 2. Since coming into the game, Jones has flown out to center and walked. With 1 away here and Spencer Six at 2nd, he's looking to try and do some damage and see if Roseburg can extend their 1-run lead. 0-2 pitch for Carpenter. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Carpenter will get his first strikeout of the game. 2 down, and Zach Mandera will try to
Next batter, number 13, Zach Mandera.
get a 2-out rally started here for Roseburgs. Carpenter has allowed 1 unearned run in the ball game since coming in the 4th inning. After the starter, Cody Bourgine, threw 3 2/3 to start. First pitch here for Carpenter. Taking a long time looking at second base. His pitch is outside, bounces away. Spencer Six broke for 3rd, but put on the brakes quickly as behind the plate. Tavin Passy does a pretty good job of tracking that baseball down quickly. One ball, no strikes here for Mandera. The kick and wind. That ball in the air. High fly ball to center field, and Bourgine will track it down. Roseburg unable to do anything in the bottom of the 6th inning. Leave a man stranded in scoring position. They still lead 4-3, but it's a 1-run game as North Medford comes up for their final at-bats in the top of the 7th inning, looking to try and tie or take the lead. We return for Roseburg in the bottom of the 6th. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. Through 6 innings of play, it's 4-3. Roseburg in front on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
1 man left on board.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Three outs away from a win in Game 1 of today's doubleheader. Zach Mandera out there to try and finish it out. He was the last at bat, so I'm sure he's looking to try and see if he can come out back strong. After giving up 3 runs in the 6th inning, I'm sure he's looking to try and come out and turn his luck around as well. 4-3 the score, and for North Medford, it'll be the 9-1 and 2 hitters due up against Zach here in the 7th. Devin Grafton will start. He is 1 for 2 in the game with a single. His first pitch is a strike on the outer half. Garrett Zymet has started throwing in the bullpen for Roseburg. The pitch high and inside from Mandera, a 1-1 count. Zach up over 80 pitches in the ball game. The 1-1 delivery gets a fastball swing and a miss for strike 2. Zach giving up 3 hits in the 6th, 2 singles and a double, plus an error mixed in there as well, and a walk. Check swing, he went around. Strike 3 for Devin Grafton, and a big punch out there for Zach Mandera, his 6th of the game. It's another more well drilling strikeout. Don't strike out when it comes to water for your home. Trust more well drilling. Big punch out there for Roseburg, 1 away. Top of the order, lefty Cody Bourgine. Swinging at the first pitch, pops it up, it's behind home. Spencer Six looks like he's got a play. He'll track it down, and the Indians are 1 out away from getting a win in the opener of the Southwest Conference season. And it'll come up to Josh Baptiste, who has had the best day at the plate against Mandera today. Baptiste is 2 for 3. Been on base every time. Squares, but he pulls it back and takes for a strike. The breaking ball catching that outside corner. Temperature does feel like it's starting to drop, starting to get a little chilly here in the booth. 0-1 pitch. That one fought off, goes towards second. 1 hop for Van Norman to Stoffel at first, and that'll wrap it up. Roseburg hangs on for the win. The Indians pull off the victory. 4-3 your final score as Roseburg wins against North Medford in the opening game of today's doubleheader. Final score 4-3. We'll be back with the post-game show to wrap up game number 1 of today's doubleheader. Stay tuned for the Roseburg Disposal post-game show after this 2-minute break on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage. Stay tuned for more Roseburg basketball from 541radio.com.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great. Participate!
Welcome you back, everybody, to Legion Field, where we bring you the Roseburg Disposal postgame show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal. Call them at 673-7122. Well, today's game 1 of a doubleheader goes final. Roseburg defeats North Medford 4-3. Your final score for North Medford: 3 runs on 6 hits, 1 error. For Roseburg, 4 runs on 5 hits, 3 errors in the ball game. So Roseburg able to hold off North Medford down the stretch, as North Medford getting 3 runs in the top of the 6th inning to get back within a run, but they could not quite catch up, and they go down in order in the top of the 7th as Zach Mandera gets the complete game victory. Cody Bourgine will take the loss in game 1. So Roseburg 3 runs in the 3rd, 1 run in the 5th. It's good enough for the victory. We've got plenty to get to here coming up in the postgame show, so don't go anywhere, folks. We will recap some of the offensive and defensive numbers from today's game and get you ready for Game 2 of today's doubleheader, so stay with us for that. I believe coming up here in between games, we will also pause to bring you an interview I did on that was done during our sports talk show here on 1490 The Score, Off the Wall, Mondays and Fridays from 11 till 1. Yesterday, we spoke with head coach of the Roseburg track and field program, Gwen Bartlett, and right now going on over at Roseburg High School, it's the Jim Robinson Twilight Invitational, and we'll bring you a little bit of that interview we had with Gwen yesterday on Off the Wall here on 1490 The Score, so we'll have that coming up for you. We'll take a quick 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll look at some of the stats from today's ball game, so stay with us, folks. Plenty more to go here in the Roseburg Disposal postgame show on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
You
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Back here at Legion Field, where Game 1 has gone final. We'll have Game 2 coming up here in a little bit. For those of you that are watching online at 541radio.com, after this segment, we will take a break, and we will end the broadcast for the first game, and we will get Game 2's broadcast up and running. So refresh the page, go back to our YouTube page, whatever you need to do. Refresh things there, and we'll start a new broadcast for Game number 2. So just keep that in mind for those of you that might be watching online at 541radio.com or on our YouTube channel there at YouTube 1490 The Score. Let's take a look at some of the numbers here. And reminder, coming up here during the postgame show, we'll have our South River Community Health Center Player of the Game to announce. Taking a look at the offensive numbers for the North Medford Black Tornado. They score 3 runs in the ball game on 6 hits, 1 error. Leading the way with 2 hits was Josh Baptiste, going 2 for 4 with a run scored. 1 for 3 for Ryan Sandoval. 1 for 2 for Ryan Kluk, who also had an RBI. Jeremiah Huffman goes 1 for 3 with an RBI in there as well. And also with a base hit was Devin Grafton, going 1 for 3. On the other side for Roseburg, 5 hits in the ballgame for 4 runs. They did commit 3 errors. 2 hits for Spencer Six, goes 2 for 3 with a run scored. Had 1 walk in there. Caden Johnson goes 1 for 2 with a walk. Let's see here. 2 for 2 for Jet Black with a walk in, or he was hit by a pitch as well. He had 3 RBI, scored 1 run as well. And that is all the base hits in the game for Roseburg here this afternoon. On the defensive side, pitching numbers, Zach Mandera goes to 2-1 on the year with his 2nd win of the year. Mandera pitches all 7 innings, gives up 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. On the other side, North Medford taking the loss. Starter Cody Bourgine goes 3 2/3, gave up 3 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 6 walks, and 3 strikeouts for Bourgine. Coming in relief, Jet Carpenter pitches 2 1/3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run, it was unearned, 1 strikeout. And so Bourgine takes the loss, and Mandera gets the win. And Roseburg will go to 1-0 in conference play, and 4-3 overall. For North Medford, they go to 0-1 in conference play and 5-4 on the season. Well, it's time now to name our South River Community Health Center Player of the Game, providing primary medical care and behavioral health care for children, teens, and adults. That's South River Community Health Center. Visit them online at south-river.org. We are going to, let's see here. I think I'm going to give the Player of the Game to Jet Black. He goes 2 for 2 in the ballgame, drives in 3 runs for Roseburg. He had 1 run scored. Nice day at the plate. He gets on base all 3 times, scores that run in there as well. A great day for Jet Black at the plate. Had a triple and a double for his 2 base hits in today's contest. Zach Mandera also a quality candidate for our Player of the Game award, pitching a complete game victory. But I'm going to give it to Jet Black as our South River Community Health Center Player of the Game. So Roseburg 3 runs in the 3rd, 1 in the 5th for their 4 total. 3 runs in the top of the 6th inning for North Medford as they cut it down to a 1-run game, but could not get the victory. Roseburg will advance on to Game 2, looking to go to 2-0 in conference play and see if they can sweep North Medford here at home in the opening day of Southwest Conference play on this Saturday. We'll take a 2-minute break for those that are on the radio side of things, and we'll come back with an interview that we had with head coach of the Roseburg track and field program, Gwen Bartlett, yesterday. We'll replay that for you as she's out there coaching with the Roseburg track and field team at the Jim Robinson Twilight Invitational at Roseburg High School right now. But we'll bring you the interview we had yesterday with Gwen Bartlett here in between games, and then we'll come back and get you ready for Game 2 of today's doubleheader. For those of you watching online at 541radio.com, we will break for the in-between here. We'll get Game 2's broadcast started in just a few moments. That'll wrap up the Roseburg Disposal post-game show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. Call Roseburg Disposal at 673-7122. Back with our conversation with Gwen Bartlett when we return on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score. Okay.